What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Most of you brothers have heard about the situation going on with former En Vogue singer Dawn Robinson. They're still on tour right now, but she's no longer in the group. It has not been in the group for a long time, but she went viral this week by admitting that she's been struggling with homelessness.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA, and he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him.
And again, guys, it's something hard to admit, because typically when people have problems, they have money problems. There are times, listen, I struggle, okay? You don't want to come out and tell people that, hey, I'm down bad. This is what I'm having to do to get by. And that happens with a lot of folks. But to come out and admit that, and to basically be 58 years old, even the ex-husband is offering her a job. I mean, it's humbling, and it's also, to a certain point, it might be embarrassing to certain people, okay? And I think that as men, like, again, let me just say it, this is like 10 years ago, but like, see, that's what she get. That's what they do. They mess up and they get homeless. But knowing how life can work, listen, this thing can go either way, okay? You got to be humble at all times. Slim Thug decides to make a very controversial comment about her situation.
En Vogue chick living out her car. Never should she do that. Look at her hit she made. Off them hits, she would still be getting enough money to pay some rent around this bitch. I get a monthly check every month. There's some work out this at 2 o'clock. I gotta start pulling up at this time. Yeah, I get a monthly check every month. If them people own they would be able to pay for something with that check, you know what I'm saying? And people are on your forever. Now, it need to be like, if you do a deal with a record label, they got 5 years to eat off that shit, and they got to give you back. Right now, it's some 20 years, and there's a lot of stipulations that they really be f***ing over you. But it should be 5 years and then, take your back. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way they ain't get their money back in 5 years.
Now, he was saying, I got all my publishing back. I don't know how they didn't get their publishing. After 5 years, they should have got their stuff back. See, here's what we got to understand about the industry and even all of it, sports, music. As time goes on, people get more ownership. I'm sure that at the time that En Vogue was there, I mean, it wasn't like she was an individual singer in En Vogue. She was one of four, so that money was probably not spread so thin and all of that. So basically, he's talking about the situation as if like, well, see, she should be getting a check. Like, listen, bro, it already happened, okay? The woman didn't get a check. And I'm not trying to simp for women or anything like that. I'm just being honest. She didn't get a check. Things happen in life, okay? People make mistakes. It's mistakes. In the last 5 years, if I would have did something right, I would have been in a much different situation than I'm in right now. And I can't harp on the fact that it happened. And again, this is something that I think that a guy like him, man, okay, man, listen, the lady already admitted that she's down bad. You don't need to speak on that, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen. And a lot of brothers gonna have to understand this. And I'm telling you this for your own safety. A lot of women in the future are gonna suffer like this, okay? You need to get used to it. A lot of women are gonna be up, and then as they get older, make a decision in their life, they'll be down. They might not see it, but I'm starting to see it, okay? You get divorced, income opportunities not there, it's gonna be a lot more single women, a lot more women going into poverty like her. without an opportunity. Less women in families, less women being taken care of. You'll have some make it, many will not. Well, you know what men gonna have to do? Not comment on it. All right? Not comment on it. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds insane because people are gonna say you sound insensitive, and it's gonna be hard to be like, I told you so. It already happened. Like, if you're a successful guy and something like this happens to people, it doesn't matter because it doesn't really affect you. And again, mocking somebody. Look, I've been in beef with YouTubers who now are no longer in the business. And I know they down bad, doing bad. I don't take no shots at them. Wanna know why? They've already lost. It's not important, okay? You're gonna see a lot of women that are gonna come back and humble themselves, and they're not gonna be doing very well. And to have the energy and be like, see, look at you now, that's what you get. It's gonna be happening so often because of the way the economy is. And women who are single and they have kids or whatever like that, and then their income isn't stable, they don't have a family support. Some will make it, many will not. There are even a lot of men that are living at home with their parents right now in America. So it's not like it was in the 80s and 90s where you can buy. My mom bought a house for $60,000 in 1989. You can't even buy a pretty good house in Uganda, in Africa, in a third world country for $60,000. Okay, that was the time. Medical school in the 70s, I looked at it. UPenn 1972 was like $1,500 a year for medical school. That was in the 70s. So 70s, 80s, and a part of the 90s, those were the premium times to earn a lot of money, and then things were better. Now to buy a house like in Sacramento, $800,000. You can't be a single person buying a house like that. $400,000 or $500,000. You're making no. It's impossible now. So you gotta understand that these things are gonna be happening to ladies, and understand that, hey, it don't got nothing to do with me. That's not my issue. I don't need to comment on it because the last thing you want to be looked at as a person that's a misogynist. You're gonna see a lot of folks that you have tried to help fall by the wayside. It's gonna be your sisters. It's gonna be your cousins. It's gonna be your moms. It's gonna be some of y'all daughters. They are going to fall by the wayside. And you gotta be okay with they fell by the wayside, they're down bad, and they lost. But it's time to keep it pushing. Because the last thing you want to be looked at is, oh, you're insensitive towards women, and then, all of a sudden your job is in jeopardy. No, they made a bad decision. Okay, decision's bad. So what are we having for lunch tonight? Just dinner tonight. What's going on? We're going to the club? We gotta basically go ahead and move on. And I'm seeing a lot of men like doing that, throwing bad decisions in women's faces. And I get it if it's for content or something like that or whatever, but just in general, like what he's doing, the lady fails already. Well, why didn't she do this? She didn't do it. It's not gonna help anything. She's not gonna do it. She realized she didn't do it. She's down bad. It is what it is. Let's move forward in the process. Let's go. Okay? It's just what it is. It is what it is. Life moves on, guys. Men are gonna be making a lot more, less risk-taking decisions. You have the opportunity to not be as down bad. You don't need as much. Just move on. Don't say nothing. You know how the world is getting. I'm just saying that because if you want to be done, I wish you get, it's not worth it. Just be quiet. Keep it to yourself. Keep all your opportunities open. All right. You don't need to be the guy telling women about their bad fates. Right. That's why you never see real billionaires, guys who got money. They don't comment about the problems women are having for the most part. They don't do that. It's too busy getting opportunities to worry about, oh, they got what they got to do with me. We get into the bag over here. So, okay. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.